Greetings to you, our dear viewers, and welcome to Lumen Conversations Unscripted. With me in the studio, I'm joined with Esther, Sydney, and Mr. Oria Banda. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
How are you, Missy?
I'm fine. I'm very fine.
Okay.
Very, very fine. How are you, Esther?
I'm fine. It's just that it's cold.
We actually missed you last week, Monday. Actually, the two of you were missing. Mr. Oria will get back to you. The two of you were missing. Were you together or?
Yes, answer.
I was somewhere doing.
Were
Can
you
cheat.
Celebrating Heroes Day?
Not really.
From the way you're answering, I can even tell you're nobody's hero. Mr. Mamainda, how did you spend Monday?
My Monday, of course I was here.
Yes, you were here.
Yeah, I was here, but people didn't see me. I deliberately decided that, and agreed with you, my colleagues, that I give chance to a special lady who said she's she's a hero to the siblings, what and what. So I know that was a topic that was very close to her heart. So it was just important and humbling that I give her the chance to
You're a very generous man.
To be here, yeah.
You're very generous. Sorry to take you back, but are you anyone's hero?
Anyone's hero? I don't know. How I wish that I can be someone's hero. But just in the thinking, I think even a tree is sometimes looked at and appreciated, and like, maybe I am, but I don't know.
Okay, in which case, we worried because I won't ask a lot of questions.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Oria, welcome, and how did you spend your Monday?
No, the Monday I was here doing other programs. Earlier on, I was at church, attended Mass first. We have to give thanks and credit to the Creator and the Giver of life. That is very important. That was the first thing that I did. Then from there after, just did one or two things. Then I was here. Afterwards, from here, I was home. It being a Hero's Day, I think there's one I always look at as my hero. I looked at him posthumously to say, he's a saint to me. What he imparted on me, really, it's so cherishing, So each time this day comes, I always look to him and say, oh, fine.
Is it someone you were looking at like physically or maybe on paper or something?
No, I always carry the picture in my heart. It's embedded in me. It doesn't move away from me. I just go with it wherever I go. That is one thing that I've carried. I think when I'll die, I'll present it to the giver of life to say, the person that you gave unto me, I've brought him with me. Then the judgment lies in your captive hands. Then you say.
No, okay. That's good. And the last time you were here, we talked about, we were not done with you. We were actually talking about names. I don't know if, and we talked about the impacts and the effects of names, and when we're giving someone their name, we should be mindful. I think I'll allow you to conclude, like you give us a summary on the importance of giving names, and like, I remember you said we should be mindful because names needs to have meanings. You just can't give someone a name without a meaning or without direction. So we'll allow you to conclude because we had cut you short.
Messi, before that, don't you think maybe people are wondering where his father, what and what? He will come and explain himself when he comes, or he's coming, or what?
He may come, he may not come.
He may
was
be
going for
someone's hero.
Heroing somewhere.
Someone is watching his my hero.
He's heroing somewhere. He may come, he may not come, but I'm sure he's heroing somewhere.
I hope he comes.
Hopefully. We have our fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Okay, I still remember very well, because it was even mentioned before coming to this one. You spoke highly of our Catholic action in your preamble. Before it went on to issue of
We're not taking anything.
Is the
away
month
from that.
done, or is still in the month of the Carolos?
no, it was
The bad boy,
month of
say.
June, but every third day, I think it's something.
Every third day of every month.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the thing.
And blessed.
Carolos are heroes.
Something monumental is also going to happen on the 19th of August. Venerable Francis Mazieri, the
First Bishop of
Bishop of Ndola, now Archdiocese. He's the one who brought this reorganization in Zambia in the year 1933.
Okay.
And 19th is a very significant day in his life. He was born on that day, and he died on the 19th, coincidentally. So August, we also look at it to be a very significant month to the lay group. The issue of names, last time I did say we are not supposed to pick names just to get a name from the dictionary. The African context, names are not just given anyhow. It has to depict something. No wonder you find a name to be given. Probably one was a very successful person in the family, hoping the issue of reincarnation, that name will be reborn into the person is given, and the behavior portrayed by that person to automatically go to that. Even in Hinduism, they do believe that using the word karma, in biblically it's reincarnation. If you've got a very good spirit, your name is given after someone who's done something good, it will be reborn into that person, and the behavior will be portrayed based on the one who is named. You were named after. Yes, there are some names which are very deadly. Others were given at a time which was very critical, especially names from Eastern Province. You know, Mavuto. Maybe one is carrying a pregnancy and they went through a very torrid time. So just to recall that turbulence someone went through, upon giving birth, it's a boy, they would give that person maybe Mavuto or Masauso. You know, then you tend to wonder, this boy grows now, and how do you expect that person to become successful with such kind of a background of the name Masauso? You see? So no wonder these names have meanings. We've got biblical names, but we've got traditional names, which are very beautiful, very good. At times, because we look at our own culture with a negative aspect of it, equally there are some English names which you wonder, given to an African, you can laugh at it. There's one called Rice, because one is white, we wouldn't talk much about it. Spoon, such names. But if one is given a name like Spoon in Zambian context, people start laughing. How did they arrive at such a name? And most were the names given at that time to the pre-colonial and after colonial, because after we were colonized, most of our forefathers, our brothers were employed to these white people, and because of whatever they were doing, they gave names based on such kind of an order. So basically mazina yafunika kunkala very careful kuliena ngu mazina yenda na vibanda ompasa muntu anati mzimu choipa na eva akula mzanga na eva na one day watikaya naye kumenya maningi wamyo so tinti mpase ezina akula naye amba kumenya abantu mwamba kudabu not knowing kusource. There's a saying kamba ti manzi yakonka mukolo manzi yakonka mukolo
so namba mukolo ni mzina
mukolo for water to when you pour water, it won't go sideways. It will follow where,
like a trench.
Yes, it won't detour.
So, Mr. Oriaka, Mwakamaiti, Yes, but they are they are hoping like maybe it will be, for example, if you are doing good things, whether you're doing good or bad things, but then when they name you after someone, meaning they are hoping that you would live the same way that that person was living.
Exactly.
So does that mean, for example, God forbid, if I was to have a child, then maybe I have maybe an uncle who drinks or smokes a lot, then I name my child after that name. Does that mean that my intention is for my child to be drinking just like my uncle?
It depends with how you are looking at it. It's a yes and a no, both sides. No wonder it's very important, like when a child is born, before a name is given, the child has to be dedicated and consecrated to the one who gave us, who is the Creator. So these names are very important. They play a very significant role. It's not just a matter of, because at times we even wanted to say Mwana and Mamuna, Ankara Junior. Why? I mean, you yourself, your behavior is not good. Whatever you're doing, you are a failure. Ankara Junior.
But maybe sometimes maybe why Konda Zina, and no, not really because they want that person to be exactly like, not because they were inspired, maybe they just like the name, just because Zina in family. I think that does not mean they want that child to live or to be exactly like the person they've named that child after. That's what I think.
No,
may I say something?
Yes.
Oh yes, sure.
Okay, so much as I appreciate what Uriah is saying, I want to also say that much as names indeed are important and how we give them is very important, but there's also, for us Africans, there's a culture aspect to it, but also for me what is important is yes, dedication of children as Christians, but also key of it all is explaining. I think that one, if you ask someone your name, what does it mean? This is a grown-up person. You'll find the person doesn't know the meaning of the name, how it came about, whatever. So parents have it as should have it as a role, as a part of their duty, to explain the circumstances in which they come up with these names. There was a mention of the name Mavuto. Yeah, so Africans, sometimes we name our children following what you've gone through in the process of perhaps having that child. If you underwent a lot of suffering and the like, the mother was always sick when expecting, you find that when you have a child now, you say, oh yeah, tinapita Mavuto and the like. So the child will be Mavuto. So the issue is, it becomes like an encouragement to say, okay, we passed through this, but we overcame, of course, perhaps with the help of God. And then the name is there now as a reminder of what we went through and also going forward. So names, all in all, should inspire us, should encourage us. You mentioned of, if you have an uncle who used to have an uncle who used to drink and the like, but even if that person was doing all that, he's a cherished brother, he's a cherished uncle, a cherished son of the family and the like. So when you name the child, you explain, oh, this was our uncle, handsome uncle, whatever. But of course he had this alcohol thing. So we've named you this, following these advantages and the good things that we were seeing in this person. You see, perhaps he was drinking and doing everything, but he was brilliant in school. You see, so we want you to continue with this good trajectory and ignore this. You see, and children are good people. When you explain to them, they understand. They will say like they say to their teachers, but teacher, sometimes nowadays, daddy has said, mommy has said. So that's what they follow. In the past, problem was no explanation, no nothing. People are just named. If we were to ask even your driver here, why were you called Messi?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you
because
answer me.
I need to answer you.
Especially if you don't know.
No, I know. So, like, I've gotten what you're saying. From whatever you've explained, I think from the examples you've given, you've mentioned of alcohol. Can be. So, I want to ask, does that mean from the bad behavior, or does that mean ngati banko bako bantu bako ezokumwa? Okay, maybe we pick up this call. Hello? Hello?
Look to the TV.
Hello? Okay, and so does that mean from behavior yonse yamwa wachendie machokelera bad?
No, it is the lighter one and the closest that I could find. There could be many other examples.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
You're not looking to the TV. Okay, so let's continue. So the other point I think I made is that it's also the issue of names. It is also psychological. If you take it to the negative, then you find that your name you take it as a disadvantage. So we ought to be positive. It's psychological. If someone, I'm Sydney, I was just told by my parents, you are Sydney. If they told me I was Mavuto, and I took it that inekukula kwanga cha benza kavutika,
Yes.
it means my energies will go in that direction. You see? So that's why I said yes, it is psychological. In Africa, it is also part of culture, in the way we name each other or in the way we name children. But important also, there's need to explain the meaning of the names. You see, much as it is an advantage to find good names. Remember, even in the church, when the missionaries were coming, the issue was that me, I cannot be baptized perhaps as Sydney, or because they knew the name Sydney from where they were coming from in Europe and the like, maybe they will accept. But if they found you as who is this, Bakita, they don't know the meaning. It's purely or Kalolo. They will say no, he's in a Ziva, Mupaseni, Patrick. So you find we have names of these saints that are already there. But today in the church, my son is Wetu. He was baptized with that African name. You see, in the past they wouldn't allow, but nowadays the teaching and the understanding of the church is that we need to name children or to baptize the children with their local names, so that in the event of these children growing up well and everything, which is a wish of everyone, and this person turns out to be a saint, we'll have an African saint, a name, unlike Patrick, which is already there.
No, but there's another aspect to it. If you've observed the issue of our names, there are people who, upon growing up, they change their names. The original names which were given.
But have we tried to ask them why they change?
Some
They feel ashamed.
ashamed a name like Chakumanda. Then how would you come out? Even in school you can be bullied, you see, because by virtue of having such a name, you know, kids are growing, so some of these names, like you rightly put it to say, our ancestors, the forefathers, weren't explaining to us to why such names were given. No wonder this time around the new generation, it's really hard. If you are going to use a local name, there are some names which they would take. Yes, those which will say like Tokozile, because it's well explainable. Tokozile, you see, someone will understand it's talking about Taonga, Chimwemwe. Those are the names. Chikondi, Yazivika Bwino kama hii meaning achani. But yenangu yalipe na proper meaning. Yenangu kwamba tizina isachoke pabanja mu family chabe vaikonda. Vaikonda just like ibe meaning vaikonda chabe. I would even say like people say Natasha. Natasha is not a Zambian name. Do you know that? It's not Zambian. People think Natasha is Bemba. It's not.
I've seen it
like
Brazil,
but no, yes, that is not a Bemba name. People take it, no, Zambia, Natasha is a Bemba name. It's not.
But it is coincidental in that even
It
members.
It rhymes traditionally, yes.
Yes.
Nyachizungu? Nyachizungu Natasha?
Natasha.
Sinza kapani
not.
Natasha, kapani Natasha.
Natasha.
Kama mzungu anakulira ku northern part of Zambia, then anamvira mushe twatasha mkwai, then aenda kuja my child is Natasha, so yapezeka kona ku Europe. So that's it. But you have a point anyway. Some names truly no meaning per se. Yeah. No meaning per se.
Yeah, so it's just a reminder to say, in as much as we want to maintain those names in our family circles, we need really to be very, very careful. Other names were given because of superstition. More superstition was coming into play, so they would try to use certain names just to instill fear in some people, so that no one really tries to confuse the society. You know, the way society was those years back, it was really hard. Very much different from how we are seeing things right now. This time, because we are enlightened, we are able to challenge certain things. Even in a home right now, if you're able to, you argue as a husband and a wife. Why is it so? It's a big debate, man. Palast na lotari and Kalebo combat, maybe the right is a picking you. It's really difficult. Like even in the
such things happen.
It's
With two people who are sober, maybe more than
no, nothing. You know, at times, even certain, at this time, you find that maybe the firstborn, it's always an issue. But mwana number one, zin and then azamte. Will it come from the father, or will it come from the father's side? Or maybe zina bambuya bakindie mumte. But have you seen? It's always there. Even benangungati, if you are so stingy, you want iwe mamuna, you name all the children, not giving your friend an opportunity also to name. You just okay, we've got maybe if it's an even number, the firstborn, it's the man to make you name. Then you agree on the name. Because
ndine nalipira it
doesn't just happen like that. Person okay, mwanmletea kwa ndimo firstborn, secondborn teani nine, but it should be a good name.
But mankalafuti my issues inambera hapo vijati. Firstborn you have a daughter, mwamuna akainifu nikotea tea. Second born obwankana na mwamuna ate mkaza ate mwamuna ndine futi.
That is not being fair.
Are you talking from experience at Sydney or
no. Chisanzo chabe moenda ukapena ni mamola ka.
So who gave Stabile the name? Who gave your daughter the name?
Stabile. It was the mother.
You must make a positive because that baby has got a lot of names.
Yeah, that baby has a lot of names. But look, we are going personal. I'll be ashamed. The viewers will be like, wherever I'm passing, they know my story and everything. Let me be a hero.
We shall spare you.
By
in short, he's protecting his tradition. He's protecting the tradition. On the say, can't mention it right here.
Even if I know it, whether I know it at all, that tradition.
No, we shall spare you.
Thank you. So Esther, you've been quiet for some time.
So before I say anything,
Esther,
more things I come back or kind of morning to say nshiba wamuna wakaza mankala soba or so to our dear viewers, don't forget that this program is very much available for sponsorship. That muna business ibianse mungabole must advertise pari e program, and feel free to comment pari topic ya mazina muna chani baitite abana mazina. Number maybe it is scrolling now, so you can send us a text message, you can call us, you can also comment pa Facebook, YouTube. Feel free to comment.
In fact, let us speak specifically for now to two people whom I've seen a commenter. Mr. Chance Kiwombwe. He has said, nice program, I'm following. But Chance, I know you are a trainer, what. You can give us a comment. Even course, pamene hapa Facebook, pamene mutambira hapa. Pamene mtukonkera, you add up, and then you never know who your language I know is who you are going to evangelize to. So you're welcome, dear viewers, to give us some comments and to just add your voice to what we are talking about. But the issue that Messi talked about, nowadays I'm fascinated with the drinking levels, especially among the women. You know, she said, yeah, pochita debate yakutaza te yao new. Is it that bakazi wamankana bamwamo or bakazi or mamdara wamwamo? But the drinking levels of the women in Zambia. And it is like every day people are drinking. We are saying the economy is biting, but drinking levels. The road that I use, the Mumbwa road, that one, when you reach somewhere, Pajapa, Asmara, whatever, people are buying every day. Even now, they are buying. There are many. And like when we are saying the economy is bad, ladies are there. I was chatting with a friend the other day. But in the past, there will be time when you can't see ladies outside. But nowadays, in the morning, on the road, bambiri ni wakazi. Muzuba, parodi, bambiri ni wakazi. Mumazulo, usiku, bambiri, upeza 20 hours aenda chem ladies. Uyangane bwino na kabotro. So, it's this issue of drinking. I don't know what you can say.
I don't know
reasons.
Just me, before I say anything, I just want to be fair. When you say you see them walking on a boat, how sure are you that what's in the bottle is alcohol?
You want to be like that man who was saying
in water.
Oro nampeza kumwa moba ine sabe bottle ya mine mukambe nikamona chena bottle ili yonse ine niyo na chat ni yamanzi imwitika mba yaka soso ya chancha no ine ni manzi sanga mwe uja.
What you are saying is true that the drinking levels are really escalated, especially among our women folk. Mwamini bamwela moba. You know, we've had issues whereby pacha kumwamoba mzimaye na kamwana kangono akagonera kamwana kamwalira. You see, because when beer takes control of you become vulnerable. Even it impairs the sense of balance itself. No wonder when Thomas Zereka was tabanji, you have intoxicated yourself with the drug, because there's a drug in it. Yes.
Okay.
There's a drug. If you or if you become very observant, any bottle, there's the alcohol percentage already put in there. There's 5%. Most of these spirits, if you read, it's 40%, and you are taking that 40% inside your body, and maybe the whole bottle is 750 mils. Then ngwazama mabottles angati ya bwera mwanabiri. Itieni kama kama it's really sad pakati palazimanyi. Bazibambo, okay, by norm, by tradition, is because bazibambo ba mama, but manje bazimaya bambakushira bazibambo. So kuti nangu mukala na maliro ngati pezeka ku nyumba maliro mwankala, so uzada bwati wamena afelewa alira nyamalira bazake bazabwera mwamena mu nyumba bali na handbag imwana munga handbag nisambi bazampasa na mwa mzao ama alirisa abantu akamba tambira chikonko akumbukira mwana mwalira akole. These are the things which are real happening mu maliro ati nyamalira kumalira ambira chifundo mungu usabwanji
peza baikana mflasi. Serious atinaanza kwa kulimpepo mchikona mwamene hadi achinima manja mtabwa chena malira kachokedwe panje pangono
so namalira nankana passion ne kudala tinali kukula sungona tinyamalira zatuka 4-5 times mu nyumba
ndaba mnankala pamaliro nova
no kama ti
ndi mwachi bruru bamuna kai mu nyumba amaliro simaningi
simungena
so anesinga ni yachi bruru mwafika naye mamuna mumaenda kwa nyumba amaliro
so that mumbera
ndipo mwana ko pachikona pale
but then
So are you saying those women while kuwapa some flask kuwapa shit tungon at least wamako tungon how you said kamwe dweska wa mizani sikabwe
I think what to get is maybe let us look at the disadvantages of
women
because truly even when you Google you find that there are some researches that have happened and they've brought out these facts that the drinking levels of alcohol is high in Zambia, and then for the ladies it is even becoming alarming, so to say, and there are consequences to these disadvantages. So maybe we look at this and just say if possible suggest some I know we are not health experts, but we see the consequences. Even last time we are talking about children who are junkies, who are on the street.
Yes.
Maybe some have even run away from home because this mother is always drunk. Or maybe even in the circumstances in which this child was born, you see. Maybe someone was taken advantage of after being drunk and like, you see. There could be also some women, education also is another thing. Someone is expecting, you find they're just drinking throughout.
So maybe before we I say maybe the disadvantage, you have said it to say way back bakazi siweza kumwamba nigimo, but nowadays it's ways. So does it mean that maybe manje konka kuli wamuna ndio chipunzisa wamuna ndio punsa wazimai manje kumwamba because way back wamuna ndio kumwamba nigimo wanoti wakazi, but akamanje yoneka yachuka mwiko iko
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but I'm sure the other point, I think, you remember that time of equal rights, the Beijing conference? So they say whatever a man can do equally, a woman can do as well. So they started like pushing for the issue of equality. But there are gender roles and sex roles. These are two different issues. So people started now confusing the two, mixing them. You see? Yes, you talk about a career prospect to say if a man can be an accountant, equally a lady can be an accountant. That is different. But there's that unhealthy comparisons and competition that sprang out from that conference, which brought a number of issues. Look at it after completing grade 12. What normally happens, there will be a school leavers ball organized by pupils themselves. And what is the attracting thing in that school leavers ball? It's beer, isn't it? It's beer. Can you say we are going to go to the leavers ball? We are going to have a cake there, eat popcorn, samosas. The people say no. They'll say let there be beer. And some of the people, banankala kona bana manje nipani. Bena nguzada bano pamita batenda ku leavers ball. Ninamo komoba. Then someone took advantage of me, isn't it? You see the effect of alcohol, unplanned pregnancies, even in marriage, because of alcohol drinking, whereby there's no communication. Because in a family, there ought to be better communication and dialogue. These are the two cardinal things in marriage: dialogue and communication. But how do you communicate? One comes home late, drunk, or you find the other partner is already drunk. Then what are we going to talk about? You have unplanned pregnancy, unwanted pregnancy in a marriage whereby there's no proper child spacing. You see, nimonga nimbira manje bana. Mbira after 1 year whatever. Then you have my issues manje muzaba sunga branch. It's blamed on what? It's blamed on and we've taken it like it's a game now. Every day I have to drink. people should have a plan. Drinking is not on a daily basis. Drinking ufunika kukumwa after vonse wachita in order. Banyumba bakudya bilipo, bintu byenda buni, just to relax, sabe, 1 or 2, just relaxation. But if you want to drink the whole crate, it's the time. Remember kwamba bali mowa 9 winners afa. Mowa 9 winners ngafe plan.
Mkazi huyo ni
amwera stress
ukalangana ma kitchen party nichame chichiti kama nje nicha
ngati kuli bemo waga bakoze boring.
It's a drinking club now baenda kwamba ti any function kuame kuli bemo bazakamba siabu and people want to take my presence so peleka o manje what do they do since kuli bemo they carry big handbags. You find my ladies walking my handbag yako imamboja.
So okay, where is the problem? Is it because they're using, like for example, if you say married people when they're drinking like those women, where is the problem? Is it because they're using sandrama za kunyumba or shimveka kuipa because vakolewa kuipa? Because kukolewa, it depends. Now sometimes you may see someone aenda kitikiti. Kasi mwine cha bendeka endedwe kaka amvera that's the way I
be balance.
Because the others who drink wakamba shayini nkamwa imamvera. I'm just saying, I'm not saying drinking like drinking recklessly is good. No balance, but maybe they're responsible people. But chabe muka endedwe che maybe wakamba nifanya ni mwenka fika pa stage yo enda so nzamvera kobuna. But when Sydney is driving home, mwine wakazi endera so atichone kakuipa. But nish mwine wake ndepe mena mvera bui aenda buino paja. Mupeza akafikana kunyumba kugwira nchito buino. Mvera mubiri.
But you know that most of these accidents, especially like a report that was recently released, the 4 days holiday we had, 27 people lost their lives.
Women?
The whole country. Fatal road accidents. The past ended the 4 days holiday we had heroes and unit day. And one of the major causes, it was alcohol, drinking and driving. You know, you cannot mix the two. I've never taken alcohol in my life, but if you look at on a point of view, like when you drink, when they drink. I'll say when you drink. When you drink, yeah. Never should you drive between the hour of 03 to 05. It's really, yeah, because that time the board now becomes relaxed, everything. So the sense of judgment, you lose it. It's really very. Others who have a false courage to say, no, that is false courage, you know, because balance and the way you calculate the distance. So some of these things are avoidable. If you want to go and drink, take someone who doesn't drink, who is sober, to drive you back. You cannot say, no, yesterday, last month, no, you are putting a risk at other road users, which is equally dangerous. So ufunika na ntawi yake at the right time. Manje mkalango zada but it's a couple banyamula na pamoja wagwile maba baenda kum.
So the other thing I want to say, here you spoke about equality and the like, but I think the other aspect that comes on the fore is the issue of modernization and urbanization. You'll find mostly here in Zambia, you'll find maybe a person has been to school, well educated and the like, then I'll bench it, right? Then abwera aipeza manje afuno chita equalize abazanga wenzo chiliza kudala na ine manje ni time yanga, so drinking almost every day carelessly without thinking of your tomorrow and the like, no vintu vizaka soveka, instead of trying to maximize on the opportunity that has come, you find someone is again depleting the resources. So whenever we are drinking, we know that the expense in terms of current life, future, you see, is upon us, and we are destroying that. Instead of us building our lives and everything, you find we are drinking every day. I think drinking is not should I say, it's not a sin. If you drink moderately, you know when to, and the reasons why you are drinking, and not to be drunk. The Bible is clear. When you become drunk, it becomes a sin and the like. And always people will say, whenever you are drinking, there's a temptation of getting drunk. Every time people refuse, sinina kole when chan and the like. But that comes on board. So we are talking about women and drinking. When you go in these drinking places, the issue of equality that has come up, you find that even if when it's government employing, they will prioritize women. They say, okay, we are recruiting teachers. Let us get this higher number of women and this lesser number of men. So when they start working now, it is like also saying, okay, let's show the men that we can also buy a beer. You go out, you find good looking, well dressed, educated, with good positions and the like. They're just maybe ladies on their own. They are 6, they are 8, they are drinking. And the way they are going to the counter, buying and drinking, you see that they are competing with people sometimes they don't even know. And then when they get excited with the alcohol, their voices go high. You can be seated the next table, you're even hearing, Jagula Maningi. So you find they are seated there, the guys are seated, the ladies are here. There's competition. You see, sometimes the guys don't even know. They say, Hanyamuka indogura, kavikule na vambi, you find chitebo chili black. Or china masavana, kachone kache orange, ukapani yellow car. You see, and they are drinking. You see, but the problem is this drinking like a fish, you know. You know, a fish always the mouth is open. I think water is just going on, but it comes out of the gills. So, and even the accents that you talked about, mostly she asked these people who died, were they ladies? And in most cases it is very rare that you find the gentlemen drinking on their own. Always there are some ladies around. So if people died in a vehicle during Heroes and Unity Day, you find that perhaps numbers may be the same. You see? And they are good at pulling each other. But guys who mozi asninga endeneka boy tea. So you find one guy, 2 ladies. Akakolewa alina pakati. Wagwirirawo waenda kumotoka. Obaita na mayango yanabwera ko manje.
And maybe I wanted to ask maybe Esther or Missy right here. You know, we're talking about equality. Previously in Zambia, what was very common was Mos and Kaswa. Before these other things came on board. The issue of equality now, you find that women want to compete with men. I think no one that I flying fish. Who are the candidates for flying fish? Bruto fruity. Who are the candidates? I've seen very few men who would take a bruto fruit or flying fish. Now they are competing. We have black label. The women have gone to black label. Aside as Munga Savannah, Hunters Goda, Nivava Fana, Vama school girls. What could be the attribute towards this shift?
To bring in new exciting beers.
Yes. Is it to accommodate women easily or?
No, I don't think it's to accommodate women easily, because women can easily drink black label. And then most of the women that you find, I don't know where you find them, because I don't find women anywhere. Most of the women that you find, you would find they are drunk, like those ones. Okay, on a serious note, like those women, like maybe the youths or maybe the mothers or the what. Most of them that you see drunk, like wasted, they don't even drink those beers that you are saying. They drink the same black label, maybe the spirits, because those ones are stronger. With the flying fish, I think for one to get drunk, nisha 7 hours. Because like you need to take a lot. You need to take a lot. The brutal fruit, you need to take a lot. So those
the price.
And yes, and then the price is also high.
Price, yeah.
So most of the people that you see, it's either they're taking like those hard stuff, like maybe some spirits or the same black label that guys drink. But then we also don't know why they drink. Maybe before we even judge them, I know drinking like obviously doesn't give respect, like finding a woman like buying without direction, like women, whether it's young or maybe older, there are mothers, we hold them dearly to our hearts, and it doesn't give respect. Finding them recklessly in the streets and maybe in the bars or competing with Shan. But maybe also we need to find out why they are drinking. Maybe when I go, the same men buy beers for, just like Sydney has said, where you find a guy, maybe or where there's an accident or what in the car, there's usually a guy and some females. So instead of us saying no, maybe it's the men, the same Sydney who is saying maybe he's the one who buys beers for those ones, because the same Savannah and the
my
same
wife is watching.
No, he's
buying beer for ladies.
You are an example.
You should say just
That's an example.
No, the example was just like you have said, when you find like there's an accident and then there's a male, like obviously there were females in the car. So that's where your name came in. I don't know if you drink from there or you.
Being a friend, people will take it that no, since Vassals are Pamos.
No, me, I actually don't even know if you drink. I don't even know if you. I've never seen you drink. So if you drink somewhere there, I've never met you. Just like I have never met those women that drink. So I'm just saying that probably it's the men that buy beers for them. So it's actually unfair for us to be saying, but my to compete when we are the ones that are buying beers for them.
Not necessarily. Manje kulinkania chilimba. Lazima wapisika na ndama.
Chilimba chamola.
Baponya chilimba. Na chamola wachili. Wachita chilimba.
Bakarandira bali ndo kumula.
Azma. Become advanced.
Oh, that's new.
Chilimba chamola.
Black label, I mean label.
Timwela kwana. Baenda wiki ta. Bali ku. Next niwe nangu. Wachita interchange. So chilimba chamola.
That's new.
Not chandalama ichi. It's happening in society where we are living. These things are happening.
Maybe it's the new norm.
Na kumwana mo manje na wapongozi manje. It's okay. No to wapongozi kagule ko ndiwo kwanda manje. Opasa ndrama kuli mpongozi. It's okay.
Bakazi.
Wapongozi wao.
So
Bagula muoneke kwa
nguli round ndima.
Muoneke kwa
Banzanga
baoneke.
Baenda.
Chitenje tu black label. Mapongozi wako zava chana kaenda kumba.
Bashitenge binaliko kudala. Mpongozi manje ende kuna chitenge. Aenda chape so chape. You don't even distinguish.
I need to stay where you guys are staying. I need to visit. I need to see those things that you're saying.
You have to be going in places. Some of these things, just like just observe. Ngati mwaenda so kuma matebeto, ma kitchen party, ya mini mumaipeni. These are my programs. Was my machilanga muliro. You find wakalipe kukwera mukanda muje. Swazamba che kungupina chipine wapita na mtown. First by kemo something.
Energizer. Energizer.
But azaniona ni ndani.
Opongozi na mpongozi bachitosungira akanyamkapo ina faka kona pankapongoza. Lazima ya. So for you it doesn't even mean that you should come where we stay. You know, we work at the media house here. People hire us to go and shoot this Virangamuliro and that's why we see it. So you should just come on board. After all, the Virangamuliro it's for women, not so.
Maybe I'm left behind most of the time.
So should be carrying you'll see these things.
I think the other disadvantage out of maybe it's my ladies, not my women, but it's us, my youths. We are failing to do. We are failing to do something productive in life. You will find that even in Angukwenda kusakira nchito, we are failing because of alcohol. Tifacheti ende timu mowa, but kwenda kuserenza, especially tifuna chitse kuserenza janchito ya kuti bazani pasanda mbamina paniforeretu, nindo ni mweretu. Unlike nchito ya jamaitika kuti ufula pa month end. So I think also itikangiwa like kupezela kuendesha kila manchito even kwenda ku school maana pela grade 9 kapana unapela grade 12 sufu na kusta upgrade in life because of you just want to be drinking and drinking.
You want to be missing kuchilimba.
Is you know how a caterpillar moves?
Yes.
A lot of people are moving like that of late.
When they drink.
Chikwacha mo. Monga ni chinkwala manji mo. Step in Lumen. Mulimowa mabazi 04 basegwa. And people are drinking. We even wonder to say abagona muno bachukwa kuti closing late. Maona kuti bakalimo kuti. Bazapeza kuti you find that there are so many factors now health wise kuti bazasamba ntauba kulibe. Mwana mamenkali kuti moba ipa. Muntu ndipacha ankala junkie wa moba. Nota tumenya abantu janki cyabwa mu bati auka cyabe kusena cyuka cyepa nyumba bestenda mu kumowa na choka futi late kuja abo ache kugona
Mind drama za mwana mwa stress akota
bali craft you know abantu ngati kuli muntu
Zindi
kwa mowa muntu wa mowa hivi ama nkala na ma friends bambiri bazi kama tibaja ni so na so peze ka zanda chepa club chapa alise nkali pa mipaja kulibeni nangu they've got information on different topics as a peze ka chepa mipaja pa ba eba kama che story so bantu bazamba mukota ucha mukaiza mapisikana information ya mbira kama story bamba no gula mu bamugulirako mwana just that wambireko information ma stories ya menali nayo maybe it could be in the world of politics, it could be football, whatever it is. There will be the I've seen the places, some places probably bamo bazi kama umamwela chiwa mwa support ati Arsenal, Manchester, Chad, or even the games which are showing. So whoever nangu chabo support a team, bachaya uzaendo pese game. And suza choka mocha benokolewa, especially na team so even so the excitement is there. Nikugula cheo ya amwa mwaziba anabi so it becomes a team.
I think that's okay. I think that's the bit I can say the advantage of taking alcohol because wajaranto wene bakumwa bamankala like there's a say to say sembebonse mcharo chilimunga bantu no mama moba kulibese mema amavutika because you find that mama tandizana maona ka tandizana so tinga kopere koche life ya baba mama yes so tinga kambe kuvoipa but wamola there's something good mama tandizana uzabesikati sidi la dibenda wama but nzami about I think nina 5th squatch tea ndema tiza ndio so chabe but kama normal
for me okay in the interest of time I want to say this let us make it a point that with this program we are not promoting alcohol. We've already heard that alcohol is a drug. And there's a time we did a program here with Mr. Chikontwe from Serenity Wellness Center. If you remember, he said that the drug that is in alcohol is the deadliest of all the drugs that you can think of. Yeah, he made that point. So the other thing I want to say about especially women or ladies who drink is for them to begin to find the purpose of life, you see, and align themselves to that. Because drinking alcohol, however we can drink, will not give us any meaning in life, you see. In the end, it is just an expense. And every time you drink, with this economy that we are in, with this life, which is modern, if you have children and everything, you are better off saving for your children. You are better off trying to better your life. In other way, she spoke of school and what. But also there was this question of saying vachosa drama or the like. There's one thing I admire about ladies and women. God has gifted them as helpers of husband with a lot of creativity, I can confess. These Tuma income generation activities, they have them a lot. They do virimba, they sell masalaula, they can make fritters, they sell whatever. But look, some ladies, their life is not improving in spite of all these income generations, and they have to be concerned with this. You are making money, maybe wagula balo ya salaula, wagulisa futu endo mwera yonse profit wasalamo china capital. You see? Washitachirimba futu zonse chezaenda, life sina moving ko pariponze. We should be concerned with this. Life needs to be improving. Mwene last year, this year should be different. The other year should be different. We are good at judging governments, no, iboma yakangi why, but we should even bring it to ourselves in our families. Yeah, Sila, what have we achieved? What have I achieved as an individual? You see? So this issue of alcohol, it is an expense. It cannot take us anywhere. Let's start small, reducing on alcohol intake, on buying alcohol and the like. Of course, the government feels better because, of course, they get taxes. But I'm concerned with one thing that Manuria was talking about, that a bar is opened at what? 7:30, 04. And yet there's a policy in Zambia that was, I think, put in place, I think 2019 or so, where chain stores, bars have to be opened, I think, is it after 12 or after 14 during the week?
Anyway, I don't know, but I know like with these other shops, like they only sell alcohol after 10. But the opening, I'm not sure. The opening of bars and
so I think during the week, like from Monday, is it Friday? I think it's after 14. The idea is people should work, you see, and like what Esther was saying, no nina 50 kwacha tie boy. Yes, it is good, you help each other and the like. But one habit that some of the ladies have is, too much of begging. Muntu peza pempa ndrama uganiza ati no, maybe niendo gula chakudya, a guy can give, but muntu aindo pempa ndrama kansi nyamo. You see what it is? So it doesn't help. It is draining your own little resources and everything. Yeah, that's what I wanted to add. I think as people, even if it is stress, even if it is mental issues that we have to deal with and we want to find solace in alcohol, it doesn't help. We are better off, if you have a problem, you are better off finding people that you can talk to, and then they help you rather than resolving to alcohol. Because you drink alcohol, you start dancing wanga vonse vili bwino. Sometimes in the vija, because unama problems, we hear of suicide. Manje ndepa mineka pena ambolira depending na mind how strong it is. I don't sponsor motoka. I don't sponsor God. After wananchita na chaso kwa muntu ya spy. Olo a person was not ready to marry, but bakolewa bafanga cha ine mwamena endera soche kuli boyfriend wanga baenda bambonkala kwa mene kuja na chikwati cha ene pane swali na ready bana wenu akateye bwanji mwana zi.
Sometime Esther, your last word.
I needed to read this if that was my last thing. So we were talking about the issue of naming children. Mr. Chance Kibombwe agreed that yes, in the church some time back it was difficult, that he had a problem with when it came to time of baptism. His name is Chance Kibombwe, but when they went to church after mapunziro vonse no mwana mumbadize zina yake ni Chance, at ko church it was a big issue. No, Chance ndiye chani what. So awe huyu mwana he said, dear Chance, baptize this child as Charles Kibombwe. This is what he has written. Thank you, Chance, for for adding to this. And then also Ken Mafuta is saying enjoying the program. I don't know if you have other messages there.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I would advise my fellow youths, especially the ladies, the girls. Yes, that instead of encouraging each other to say we drink, we go out partying and the like, better we help each other to build my lives there, to like helping someone to find a job. Let's say if I'm doing better and then I have connections, it's better I help my fellow youth to find something productive to do, unlike to go out for drinking, of course.
Okay. Mr. Oria, you just speak on my behalf. I know we know each other.
Yeah, I think what I would say, and urge our viewers, those who have been watching us, to say we have to be responsible people. We are here on earth for a purpose, and we need to discover as to why we are living. Whatever we do, we have to bear in mind to say we have other people who are looking at us as their role models. Then what sort of a role model are we going to be if we have a reckless life? Alcohol in itself, it's not bad, but it's a way when we take the things that go with it, which now brings bad things about it. And there's an age limit. It's always said 18 plus. If you are below that age, stay away from it completely. You don't qualify even to enter a bar or take any alcohol. If you are 18, you have to be responsible enough. Look after your family and see how best you can do so. Let us be responsible. We build a better Zambia so that our families can be built on a strong foundation of alcohol free, which is not possible. It's also possible. Thank you.
Okay, to our dear viewers, thank you to everyone who texted us and those that were watching us on TV, which is Top Star Channel 101, and on Facebook and also on our YouTube page. This is all we had for you today. Until next time, same place, it's bye-bye.
Bye, Father.